What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for MLB Sunday, May 16th.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon.
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to go over my top DFS picks for today's MLB slate.
And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made.
Okay guys, we have a 10-game slate today, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I'm going to save a little bit of salary here. I think this guy's in a great spot here tonight. I like Lance McCullers Jr. with a 22% batting advantage over a low salary batting team, the Texas Rangers. Lance McCullers Jr., he's giving up a .504 OPS versus lefties and a .660 OPS versus righties. He's facing 3 lefties and 6 righties, and on top of that, the Rangers have only hit 9 of his last 49 pitches. That's a 184 batting average and a pretty decent sample size. He's $8,400 FanDuel salary and $1,200 more on DraftKings. Projected at 32.5 fantasy points here tonight. He has an ERA of 3.10 and his record is 3-1 on the season, pitching an average of 98 pitches per game, averaging 36 fantasy points per game. He scored 58, 37, and 58 fantasy points in his last 3 games. It's a great matchup, so I like Lance McCullers Jr. here versus the Texas Rangers. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher position. I'm going to give you a value play here. I like Jake Rogers with a 52% batting advantage over Kyle Hendricks. Now, Jake Rogers, he's batting a 1.125 OPS versus righties. And Kyle Hendricks does throw his best ball versus righty batters, giving up a .728 OPS versus righties. But Jake Rogers is only $2,000 FanDuel salary and $200 more on DraftKings. So he's only projected at 6.9 fantasy points here tonight, but he's averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 19, 0, and 3 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So this is a high risk, high reward pick, but if you want to save some salary, I think he's worth a shot. So I like Jake Rogers here versus Kyle Hendricks.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Now guys, just as a quick note, we just released a free DFS contest on Draft Dashboard for MLB and NBA for DraftKings and FanDuel. There's over $500 available in the prize pool, and this is a totally free contest you can enter as a Draft Dashboard member. So make sure to click the link in the description of this video, give Draft Dashboard a try, and you can start playing in our free DFS contest and compete to win some money. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. Another value play. I like Joey Wendell with a 31% batting advantage over Marcus Stroman. Joey Wendell is batting 25% better versus righty pitchers. He's batting a .842 OPS versus righties. Marcus Stroman is giving up a .571 OPS versus lefties, but Joey Wendell is 2 for 3, batting a .667 batting average and a 1.334 OPS versus Stroman. Now I like this pick because Joey Wendell is only $2,700 FanDuel salary and he's $1,700 more on DraftKings. Projected at 12.5 fantasy points here tonight. He's averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, and he scored 40, 0, and 6 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Joey Wendell here versus Marcus Stroman. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. batting against a low salary pitcher, Chase Anderson. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is batting a .890 OPS versus righties, and Chase Anderson is giving up a .871 OPS versus righties. There's no at-bats versus Anderson yet, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is $3,800 FanDuel salary, and he's $2,200 more on DraftKings. Projected at 12.4 fantasy points here tonight, averaging 13 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 19, 25, and 3 fantasy points in his last 3 games. So I like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. here versus Chase Anderson. Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. I have 2 picks for you here at the shortstop position, because I'm pretty sure you guys are tired of this pick, but he's in a good spot again here tonight, and this guy has just been a monster this season. I like Xander Bogaerts with a small batting advantage here versus a low salary pitcher, Jose Quintana. Xander Bogaerts is batting 10% better versus lefty pitchers. He's batting a 1.018 OPS versus lefties. And Jose Quintana is giving up a .777 OPS versus righties. Now I like this pick because Bogaerts is 6 for 14 with that's a .429 batting average and a .858 OPS versus Quintana. He's $3,600 FanDuel salary and he's $2,100 more on DraftKings. Projected at 11.1 fantasy points here tonight, averaging 13 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 38, 3, and 38 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Xander Bogaerts here versus Jose Quintana.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, if you want to save a little bit of salary and still get a quality pick, take a look at Brandon Crawford with a 56% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Mitch Keller. Brandon Crawford is batting 32% better versus righty pitchers. He's batting a .894 OPS versus righties. And Mitch Keller, he throws his worst ball versus lefty batters, 24% worse than his pitch to righties, giving up a .873 OPS versus lefties. Crawford is 1 for 2 with a 1 OPS versus Keller. He's $3,000 FanDuel salary and he's $1,300 more on DraftKings. Projected at 9 fantasy points here tonight. He's averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season, and he's been on fire, scoring 28, 22, and 6 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Brandon Crawford here versus Mitch Keller. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. I like Trey Mancini with a 57% batting advantage over Jordan Montgomery. Trey Mancini is batting 10% better versus lefty pitchers. He's batting a .807 OPS versus lefties. And Jordan Montgomery throws 46% worse to righties as he does lefties, giving up a .789 OPS versus righties. I like this pick because Trey Mancini is 7 for 19 with a .368 batting average and a .926 OPS versus Montgomery. He's $3,400 FanDuel salary and he's $1,800 more on DraftKings. Projected at 10.7 fantasy points here tonight, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 7, 10, and 9 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Trey Mancini here versus Jordan Montgomery.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.